How does todaysprice.com do it? And how do you work with todaysprice.com to build a better website? This is a widget. It is a small piece of computer code. Your web developer types it in when he is creating your web page. When a customer looks at your web page, the widget reaches out to www.todaysprice.com, finds your list, and puts it on your web page. You control the list and everything about it. To see how it works, we will go into todaysprice.com and log in as Orpco Home and add an item to the oil dealer's opening page. On the Oyster River Petroleum's page, there are two items listed, number 2 heating oil and LP gas bulk delivery. There are instructions where you can click Add the new product to add items. You can adjust your widget, we'll show you more about that later, and Edit will change the details of an item. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new product to the list. We will enter in the product kerosene K1. For description, we will say kerosene delivered to your home. The price per unit, $2.99. For a minimum quantity, let's use 100. And let's come over here and choose gallons. Each item on your list will have 3 lines of text. It will have the title, the description, and the pricing line. For each item you can change these. We're going to make the title font size to be 14 pixels. Remember, 100 pixels is about an inch, so 14 pixels is a little over 1/10 of an inch high. And we're going to make this one bold. The description, we'll make it 12 pixels, and the quantity back to 14. Let's make the quantity appear in bold also. You can also change the color of the font for each individual line item. And just to prove this to you, let's go in here and change this to a nice rich blue. I'm going to update the product, and let's see what the web page looks like. Here's our list. Notice that the kerosene shows up and it's in blue as we said it should be. Did you notice when you looked at that web page and the list that the kerosene said call for pricing, whereas the other items said buy online? Let me show you how that works. Each of your items has 3 radio buttons at the bottom, and these buttons tell your website how to display the price. If the item is active and your customer is viewing the item on or before this date, there will be a button that says Buy Online. If your customer is viewing after this date, the button will say Call for Pricing. If you don't have a relationship with the credit card company, it's no problem. Your list can simply show the price of the item, or it can also say Call for Pricing. Let me show you how to do that. If you'd like it to show the price, click on the radio button that says Price Only. Or, if you'd like it to say Call for Pricing, make it active, but put in a date that's earlier than today's date. Here are the results. Here's my list. This item says Buy Online. This item says Call for Pricing. and this item shows just the price. And here we are back on our list. There's another thing you can do to make managing your list easier. You can click on an item and drag it up and put it in a different place on your list. Or you can click on it again and put it back where you found it. Now comes the time where we click on Adjust Your Widget. What in the world does that mean? You'll recall that a widget is a tiny little piece of computer code that your developer puts on your web page. When you click on Adjust Your Widget, you are allowed to go in and change what your list will look like when it appears on your web page. Here we have a widget that is 180 pixels or 1.8 inches high and 250 pixels or 2.5 inches wide. Let's see what it will look like by clicking on Preview. And there it is. This is what it will look like on our web page, and it's just the way we wanted it. Now let's change the height, and let's make it 360 pixels by 500 pixels. It will be much bigger when it appears on our web page after that change. Having put it back to its original 180 by 250 pixel size, let's change the background color. Let's put in a fill color. And we'll choose this mustard yellow. Let's preview that. And that's what the new one will look like on your web page. Going back to transparent, it picks up the color of the screen that is behind it. The sizes of all the elements of your list can be changed by you. With the exception of the height of the list itself, which must be in pixels, all other measurements can be in terms of pixels or in terms of the percentage of your list as it stands. Having put the list back to its original size, let's notice that the button width is 100% of the available space. 100% of the available space. Let's change that to 50% of the available space. And it's now 50% of the available space. So, with todaysprice.com, you can change the way your list looks on your web page. You can change all the attributes of it. You don't need to pay somebody else to do it for you. And you can add new products to your list, and you can change and adjust them in any way you want. You can change the size of the list, the size of the items, the color of the list, the color of the items. You can change everything, and it's all instantaneously shown on your web page. It doesn't get easier. How does todaysprice.com do it? And how do you work with todaysprice.com to build a